I just wanted to talk about this real quick.
Pretty Deadly, the musical.
Yeah, do you think that we're actually going to get Pretty Deadly the musical? And if so, what do you think it's going to be?
If we get Pretty Deadly, the musical, I would like to see at least a 20-minute production. It will not be, but we're
Yeah.
definitely like I would love to see like a 25-minute thing of them like self-discovery or something. I think it'd be hilarious as like online YouTube content.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be something. Whether it is, a live performance like what Joe Hendry or The Rock
Mhm.
does, or We Stand Elias here too.
Yes.
Um, but I see it better off as a YouTube, like a long form social clip, and have them get the exposure that way.
Mhm.
And then the next night on SmackDown, like we're gonna do a live perform, like we're gonna do a live in your city, like, and then you can tease it if you want to go even further with it. You can tease it like, oh, we're not gonna bring the musical here to this city because it's too trashy, and then more heat. But you need to make this. If it was anyone else, like any other wrestler, any other real promotion, like I'd say no, tease it as like a bit. Like I get it,
Mhm.
but they're so entertaining and they're so good at just being pretty deadly. Like, they're great in the ring. Yeah, that's why they're there. I don't need to talk about that. But the fact that we were so interested in them introducing the tag teams at WrestleMania
Mhm.
with that vignette to start the match, there's something there where this could be done in a very intelligent way.
Well, and it feels like this could have been something that maybe they just made a joke about, or they just like went off script or whatever, and then they were, the backstage people were like, yeah, you know what, actually, let's consider that. You know what I mean? This felt like a like off the cuff type of thing that they might have said,
Yeah.
but there might not have been plans for it. And I could be wrong. I'm just
The
saying, like,
musical.
that would just be really funny if they kind of had to go all in on it because of people getting behind it. And it's we never got the Miz musical at Mania. Remember, wasn't it at Mania? He was supposed to do like a musical because he was
Oh
gonna
my god, he
host.
was. We were.
So
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to see something like that.
I'm like, I'm glad that we didn't get that, and we could potentially get Pretty Deadly because I think that's gonna be a lot better. And it feels like at least over the last couple weeks, they've definitely been putting effort into put them on TV to make sure that they have like backstage segments and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's like, all right, we're getting back to where they had been before they were off TV for months. So I'm hopeful in a way that we get this for that simple reason, because then that means that
Hmm.
they're on TV, they're being utilized, like they're being treated as valuable, to the
Hmm.
show.
Yeah.
So the bias side of me wants that. And like I've said it a million times. I don't really understand how you could not like Pretty Dudley. Like, you don't have to be a fan of them, but to say that they're not entertaining, that they don't even get like a little like chuckle or like a little smirk out of you is ridiculous. There's just no way. There's
It's
no way.
that's you got to steer into the skid. That's how I've gone with it because they're so outlandish. They're so like outrageous, but they're so funny in how they do it. There's the
And
way they say things,
it's
little
effortless
mannerisms.
too.
Oh, it's so effortless for them. Like
It's
that
like,
SmackDown. Like
yeah.
there was
What
some
are you
smack
doing? I'm
like
laying the smack down.
like
Yeah.
it's so my humor. So it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's funny. Like, oh,
And they're
give them more
so
time.
young. They're like 26 and 27. Like, they're so
20.
young. It's like, don't give up on them now. They have so much longer of a career that they can have. And it's like, Pretty Deadly is kind of a gimmick that never really goes out of style because it is very specific, but it's not something that's like a fad. You know what I mean?
No,
And
it evolves.
yeah, and
It evolves.
I'm not saying anything about I don't mean to speak badly about the New Day, but I'm saying it's like that was very niche where it's like, oh, bootios, okay, then we got to move on, and it's like unicorns and pancakes, like, like that kind of stuff people can eventually start to be like, all right, like we've
Mhm.
seen it, and that's why you have to evolve and move on.
Mhm.
But like the idea of two guys thinking that they're so beautiful, but they're like deadly because they're so great in the ring and like
Mhm.
their humor and stuff, that doesn't go out of style. That's not something that people really get sick of. So
No.
it could be something that could last them their entire career if WWE would
Done
allow
well.
it.
Well, yeah, end on well. It's all about doing it
Yes.
on